It's Nub TV. It's Nub TV.
Hello and welcome to Nub TV, the show where we mix the best new music with tales of the paranormal and UFOs. And today's theme is first contact. Yeah, so it's about, if aliens made themselves known to planet Earth, how would it affect society and religion and all these things?
That's really interesting.
And I'm chatting to Nick Pope, ex-UK MOD, the UK's Fox Mulder, about this, and it's very interesting. So
yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think would happen?
This would be mind-blowing, wouldn't it? The whole world would go into chaos, I think.
Yeah.
Would people lose their religions?
I don't know, or maybe they'll get new ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really interested because if we do meet ET and Keith's friends, what are they doing? What music are they listening to? What drugs are they taking?
Yeah.
What football teams, sports teams do they support? I don't know. These things interest me. Huh?
Of course.
In your dreams.
Actually, probably Celtic, isn't it? With that. The green colour. Or Norwich.
Let's not mention Norwich.
No.
Actually, we got 2 fans in Norwich, so let's not criticise the Canaries.
This is true. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what Nick's got to say about that.
Yeah, he's beaming in from the USA.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So first up today, and talking about what music would aliens be into, I think probably they'd like the Pocket Gods. They'd like a bit of good old-fashioned, no-nonsense indie. This is the Pocket Gods with UFO Man.
Yay. Okay, that was a low-budget video. I must do better next time.
I liked it.
That song is about a guy called John Keel, who was a UFO investigator in America in the 50s and 60s, and he wrote the Mothman prophecies and things like that. And he was alleging that these ET people were interdimensional, ultra-terrestrial beings, nothing to do with outer space, but inner space. Really, really weird. Yeah, worth checking out. Yeah, he did take a lot of psychedelics though. So,
do you know what? Talking about first contact, do you think that like the government are trying to drip feed that idea? Maybe they've already made first contact, but they think that we won't be able to.
Well, yeah.
I mean, did you see that logo of that US organisation with the UFO on there?
I did, and it was online for about 5 days, and then they changed it and went back to the original one. They took the UFO off. But it's like you're saying, is that drip feeding the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Nick Pope knows.
I'd like to hear it.
Okay, next we have Nick Pope talking about first contact.
I just wanted to ask you, in your expert opinion, what would be the impact on society if we had either first contacts or full disclosure that we've already had first contacts?
Well, I think the societal impact would be huge, and it would cross almost every field of knowledge and existence. It would affect politics, religion, science, technology, economics, the military, philosophy. Almost everything would have to be rethought and rewritten. I think we've traditionally, of course, placed ourselves, human beings, at the center of the universe. And the more we've found out about the universe, the less human-centric it looks. So we started off, I guess, thinking, the Earth was the center of everything. The sun revolved around the Earth. Then we found out it was the other way around. There was the big conflict between science and religion in the Middle Ages. Some would say that's still going on, of course. But I think now, looking out with tools like the James Webb Space Telescope, the more we look, the smaller we get, in a way. And I think it would be like that with extraterrestrials, whether we whether we just pick up a signal from a distant civilization that we'd never meet, or whether we encounter something face to face,
Sure.
to find out that it's not just us, to find out that it might be a very crowded universe with multiple civilizations, I think would be humbling. It would be awe-inspiring, and depending on what we find, it could be a little scary too.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, in your opinion, do you think we've already had first contacts and it's being kept from us, or what's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Many people say we have, and of course, those people fall into, I suppose, two broad categories. Firstly, UFO researchers who believe that they have uncovered proof of a government cover-up, a conspiracy. I think, speaking as someone who's looked at this from within government, I would say that a lot of that is sometimes mistaking conspiracy for bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And I mean, governments routinely hide things and dissemble, and it's not necessarily because there's a great secret that they're sitting on, but just because secrecy is hardwired into people that work in that world, particularly when you get to the Ministry of Defense, the military, the intelligence agencies, exactly the sorts of places where you embed a UFO program, or the sorts of organizations involved in UFO research and investigation within government are those most secretive parts of government. So I think that's part of it. So that's one group of people, the ufologists who think there's a cover-up. The other group of people, of course, are the witnesses and the experiencers themselves. People are so certain they have seen what they believe is an extraterrestrial spacecraft, or taking it to the extreme, people who say that they've had a contact experience, that they've maybe had an abduction experience, that they've had telepathic channeled content, and those people, I'm sure, some of them, of course, will just be making it up, but the vast majority, I'm sure, are completely sincere about this. Now, there's a debate to be had about whether these are genuine physical, real-world experiences, or whether they're some sort of very vivid hallucination, dream, the result of some complex psychological condition. I mean, my goodness, the human mind is about the most mysterious and complex thing that we're aware of. So I think there's a lot to unpack there. But short answer is I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there is more that's known within government than they currently say. But I'm not sure that necessarily means they are gatekeepers of a great secret. It may be that part of the problem, part of the reasons for the secrecy, is almost the embarrassment that they know there's something going on. I mean, there's no denying the reality of the UFO phenomenon, and that's particularly what we're seeing in the United States right now with congressional interest. But perhaps the real secret of that is that even the government doesn't know.
Okay, thank you, Nick Pope. That was interesting. Yeah, I think the government knows more. That's my opinion.
Do they think that, we can't handle the truth? Is that the issue?
Possibly, yeah. It's also control because, at the moment, the US government and other governments don't have this control over their airspace. There's stuff that's coming in, which they don't know about. So, yeah, anyway. Okay, next, more from Nick Pope on the effects of first contact on society and the world's religions.
Nub TV.
I mean, you're not a priest or anything, but how would it affect the world's religions? I think that's an interesting area. Would these extraterrestrials have their own god or gods or goddesses or whatever? And how would that affect ours? It's a bit of a minefield, I think.
It is a minefield. It's probably the single most contentious issue with all of this. Carl Sagan touched on it in his fictional book Contact, which was made into the eponymous movie, of course, with Jodie Foster. The book delves a little deeper than the movie, obviously, but there are big questions here, and some people have been thinking about it. The Catholic Church, for example, has already addressed the issue and has said that there is no doctrinal objection to the existence of extraterrestrial life because, as they put it, man may place no creative limits upon God. So it's not for human skeptics to say that God can't create aliens on other planets as they believe it. But there are other questions. You touched on this in the way that you asked it, and I think it's an interesting one. What if extraterrestrials worship a totally different and unrecognizable God? What if their God and their religion is something that we would just regard as crazy? I mean, some sort of bizarre, abstract, but very fundamentalist, that they take a crusading attitude to. And if you don't believe in heathens who should be either wiped out or converted forcibly if needs be. So those religions claim that they would be able to incorporate extraterrestrial life into their existing doctrine and worldview. I'm not so sure about that.
The final kind of question I wanted to ask, and I know you've talked about this recently, Prince Philip was known to love exploring the UFO subject matter, and I think his equerry, I can't remember his name, kind of helped him in finding out more about UFOs. I was just wondering if any of this has kind of rubbed off on his son, like our King Charles. I wonder if he'll have an interest in the UFO subject matter. What are your thoughts, Nick?
Well, it's a matter of historical record that Prince Philip was genuinely interested in this topic, that he did personally investigate, as you say, because of the sensitivities and the scandal and potential embarrassment, given the reputation that the image that this subject had at the time. He did it through the intermediary of his royal equerry, Sir Peter Horsley. So it was very often Sir Peter who approached the witnesses, but some of them were brought to the palace and did meet Prince Philip discreetly. So that happened. I don't think we'll ever see the Royal Archives relating to that, and indeed some people have asked for them and have been told that there's no record. Well, believe that or not as you may. As to whether Prince Philip ever talked talked about this to Prince Charles, I would suspect he did, because in a sense, what father doesn't sit down with his son and discuss the things that he thinks are interesting and important? Now, Prince Charles, he wears his heart, or King Charles.
Yeah, King Charles now, yeah.
King Charles, to the tower with me, off with my head.
He'll forgive you, don't worry. We're all doing it.
King Charles III wears his heart on his sleeve, I think. He's an outspoken king, just as he was an outspoken Prince of Wales, and issues that are important to him, like environmentalism and architecture, for example, and interest in other faiths, he has openly talked about before. He's not really talked about this. Maybe this was a bridge too far. I'm going to say that he will be careful on this. The British government is still very dismissive, in stark contrast, interestingly, to the US government, which is now very engaged on this. So I think we'll have to give it some time. I think it's very early days in his reign, but I wouldn't be surprised if Prince Philip discussed it with him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has an interest at some level. It's just a question of how that interest will manifest itself. I hope it manifests itself by him saying, I as your king am asking you, Liz Truss, as Prime Minister, to engage on this, to let me have a report, to liaise with the Americans who seem to be doing a lot and having a lot going on right now, and to reopen X-Files.
Okay, thank you, Nick Pope. Amazing as always. And I know, he used to work for the UK's Ministry of Defence,
okay.
and so I think he knows his stuff. I don't think he can say too much because he's probably still under the Official Secrets Act.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think maybe he's drip feeding stuff to us that we're drip feeding to our 7 fans in Norwich.
Yeah. So, I mean, if aliens are out there, do you think they're good? Are they going to be positive? Or is there, are they going to be a sort of have a bad effect on us?
I don't know. I mean, there is the argument that if there is aliens out there and they're coming here, then they've got to travel an awful long way.
Yeah.
And the technology they would need would include, bending space and time. So they're going to be so far advanced than we are that they could have wiped us out already. So you have to think that there is a benign purpose.
Unless, I think we're talking about it later in the series, but the TikTok traveler said that some kids would unearth a wormhole. So maybe they're using wormholes to...
I don't believe everything you see on TikTok.
No.
But yeah.
Damn.
There's lots of kids with fake accounts pretending to be time travelers. But yeah, I don't want to give away the episode too much. All right, what's next?
So next up, we've got the brilliant Belgium-based Low Countries with Brian Cox's locks, which fits in quite nicely. Brian and his,
His nice hair.
he's got very nice hair, hasn't he? Yeah, and a very nice voice, according to my wife.
Oh, okay.
So
wasn't he bass player as well in D-Ream, wasn't it?
he was, yeah. Things can only get better.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, check them out, the Low Countries. And if you're ever in Belgium, try and catch one of their gigs. They're brilliant.
That's a cool video. Great track. And it's about a great person, Brian Cox. Everyone loves Brian Cox.
Yeah, everyone.
Oh yeah, top dude. But it's interesting. This show is about first contact, and we just had a Belgian band on. Belgium's had a massive UFO wave of these triangle craft, massive craft, and been all over Belgium. People don't know what they are.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Is that kind of recent, or
no? Well, it's in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite a hotbed of UFO activity. I don't know why, but
yeah. I mean, there must be something happening. There's so many reports of things all over the globe. There's something out there, isn't it?
There is, yeah. The truth is out there somewhere.
But can we handle the truth?
Not on this show. Thank you for watching Nub TV. We'll be back soon with more weird stuff. Check us out at nubmusic.co.uk. Send us in your alien encounters and things like that. Bye.
It's not